I'm a simple person. I see a game that lets me blast stuff into a billion pieces, I buy it. So with that deeply nuanced philosophy in mind, here are the upcoming FPSs that you should definitely have your crosshairs trained on.
February 21st brings one of the year's first major releases, and wouldn't you know it, it also brings it straight to Xbox Game Pass. Atomic Heart is a first-person shooter set in a utopian, futuristic society where humanity and robots live peacefully alongside one another. Or, they used to anyway. If you don't want the human species to become a history lesson little robots learn about in school, you'll need to take the fight to the clanky metal foes. In the process, you'll get to wield cutting-edge weapons alongside an experimental power glove that opens up all kinds of delightfully messy possibilities. Long story short, fans of games like Bioshock and Fallout should definitely have Atomic Heart in their sights. And hey, speaking of Bethesda,
if you're looking to make an island getaway this year, you might want to choose somewhere other than Redfall. The perpetual eclipse makes it pretty hard to catch any rays, and the locals are not exactly the most welcoming bunch. Oh, and it's also totally overrun with vampires. On the other hand, if you're looking for somewhere to battle the undead alongside a few good friends, this should absolutely be your destination of choice. Arcane's new open-world shooter will see you and up to 3 amigos arming yourself with a combination of sci-fi gadgetry and gunpowder, as well as anything sharp and pointy enough to serve as a stake. Between its creepy atmosphere and quirky charms, Redfall looks all but guaranteed to be a smash hit when it comes stalking onto Xbox Game Pass this spring. For more news as we get it on Redfall and indeed the next game we'll be discussing, be sure to subscribe to us using that button down below.
shooting isn't all there is to do in Bethesda's intergalactic action RPG, Starfield. There are hundreds of planets to visit, communities to learn about, and characters to bond with. There are things to craft, quests to complete, deals to be struck, and all kinds of delicate political situations to navigate. But there are also lots of things to shoot. Whether you're battling the space pirates of the Crimson Fleet or joining them on their raids, Starfield is going to give players plenty of opportunities to get involved in some good old-fashioned Star Wars. Coming straight to Xbox and PC Game Pass in the first half of 2023, on the day it's released, Starfield promises to be one of this year's shooting stars. But hey, why go to space when you can experience the horrors of planet Earth up close?
Great treasures and hidden truths lie at the heart of Chernobyl, which is why so many so-called stalkers come from far and wide to search through its exclusion zone. Deadly mutants, strange anomalies, and warring factions also reside there, which is why so few of them make it back out again. Staying alive in the wide, weird world of Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl will certainly require you to be quick on the trigger. The good news is that you'll have over 30 different highly moddable guns to work with, allowing for hundreds of different combinations. And since there's also a host of different horribly mutated creatures on the prowl, you're going to want all the variety you can get. Arriving day one on Xbox and PC Game Pass later this year, Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl promises to be one of 2023's most nerve-shredding shooters.
Xbox gamers who love to shoot their way through the grisly, grimdark world of Warhammer 40k are in for a treat this year with a bloody double bill on the way. First up, Dark Tide makes its way onto the Xbox Series X and S and to Xbox Game Pass, having already given PC players plenty of thrills. Create your own character, kit them out with a combination of guns and magical abilities, and prepare to take on the Horde in this grungy first-person actioner. But if you like your brutality with a slightly more old school feel, then Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun is sure to scratch that itch. With its retro style, pixelated graphics, and no-nonsense all-violence gameplay, Bolt Gun is a blood-soaked tribute to the boomer shooters of yore.
XDefiant is a free-to-play 6vs6 arena shooter which pits some of Ubisoft's finest fighters against one another to create an experience they've described as fast-paced firefights meets punk rock mosh pit, which honestly just sounds entirely badass. So far, the factions we know about include Splinter Cell's Echelon, The Division's Cleaners, and Ghost Recon's Wolves. And while it's lovely to have so many of Tom Clancy's top teams in the same place, XDefiant also promises to rope in characters from the wider Ubisoft verse to make things that much more chaotic. Will we see Sam Fisher squaring off against a rabbit? Only time will tell.
While we're sure you're not in this for the money, there's nothing quite like the promise of a hefty payday to help sweeten the deal. Overkill's acclaimed stick-em-up simulator will once again see players working together to pull off the slickest, smoothest bank heists imaginable. We're messing up flying into a blind panic, and firing wildly while they run for the exit. One or the other. With a mysterious new threat rousing the Payday gang out of retirement years after they had said goodbye to their lives of crime, the third game promises an exciting new chapter in their sticky-fingered story. Looking for a co-op shooter you can bank on in 2023? You can bet Payday 3 will deliver. But for now, Henry has some news on an iconic 80s hero coming back.
He's here to chew baby food and kick ass. And he's all out of baby food. RoboCop makes a dramatic return to the gaming world with this year's Rogue City. Playing as the part man, part machine policeman, your prime directives are to protect the innocent and uphold the law, which is gonna take some doing in a place this messed up. Between the pointy-haired punks running riot in the streets and the rogue enforcement droids on the loose, you'll certainly have your work cut out for you. On the other hand, you are a terrifying cyborg armed with a superhuman amount of strength and a whole lot of bullets. So, I'd say the odds here are about 50-50.
In the futuristic world of hyenas, things aren't going a whole lot better. Earth has been ruined and the rich have relocated to Mars while everyone else is left to eke out a living on a giant floating slum. Doesn't really seem fair now, does it? Fortunately, our colourful cast of characters are out to score some sweet, sweet revenge. In this multiplayer FPS, you and your crew will strike back against the elite by stealing their most prized possessions. Of course, doing so will involve dealing with whatever security measures they've put in place, but that really just makes things more exciting. Set to arrive later this year, HYENA's brand of exuberant class warfare is sure to leave you laughing.
Originally unveiled all the way back in 2020, Quantumania should be creeping its way onto Xbox Series X and S sometime this year. A cosmic horror game inspired by Resident Evil and Metal Gear Solid, Quantumania has you answering an SOS call from a quantum research facility which has been attacked by an unknown entity. Your initial mission is simply to rescue as many of the survivors as you possibly can and get the heck out of there. But these things never end up being quite that straightforward, do they? All the same, we can't wait to see what sort of terrifying secrets are lurking in the shadows of Quantumania, and then to shoot them right in their stupid, scary face.
If you want to spend 2023 working on your sharpshooting skills, then you'll be right on target with any one of these titles. Shoot into the comments to let us know which ones you're most excited for, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest info on all of them. Bye!